I was going through some, you know, suggested videos on YouTube channel, and I stumbled upon one on Bobby Juno's channel about bread. He talked about bread as a, he's an American, so I think he's American, right? And he was talking about things he'd miss, or he misses, now that he's in Japan. Got some thinking. I mean, eventually this topic was the same thing. What would I miss, or what would other people miss if they leave their country of origin to move out of, and live somewhere else? The fastest answer for any Filipino would have to be rice, because we're literally weaned on rice. We eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner more often than not. We fry the morning rice with leftovers and add some garlic and a little oil for fried rice. And lunch, we just eat it. We aren't really fancy with our rice. We don't do the risotto kind of thing, or even add stuff. Normally, we don't add stuff to it. We like it white. We like it plain. And then we just create foods which are very sauce-ish and soupy and stewish, and just use the sauce to flavor the rice more often than not. For me, that's not such a real big case, because I was brought up in a household where rice was key, of course, obviously, but I also eat bread regularly, like sandwiches, or not just snacks, whole meals. I literally sometimes, instead of having rice, I'll have sandwich, and potato-wise, either I'll mash it from a mashed potato thing, or I'll just cut it thin and fry it like chips, whatever, or I'll bake it like baked potatoes. Or, more often than not, pasta. I love pasta. I think what I'll miss, and I'm watching TV while I'm doing this. I'm doing this now because it came to me, and I want to be as clear and concise as possible when I'm doing this recording. What I really miss, per se, it's not so much the ingredients as much as the cooks, the Filipino way of doing it, because there are communities of Filipinos all over the world, but a lot of them don't exactly have restaurants. We don't have Filipino-themed restaurants all over the world. There are some key places, like there's a good deal in California. I'm sure there's some somewhere else in Europe, because there's a good concentration of this, and in the Middle East. But how about Canada? How about Japan, for that matter? Or anywhere else in the world? I hear there's also some in Australia, because there's a fair amount of Filipinos there. My brother's there. So yeah, unless you live in a community where you have Filipino cooks, you will be a drought of Filipino cuisine, which is not such a big problem for me, because I do cook. I like to cook. What's troubling to me is the ingredients. I don't think, for one, I don't think we'll have access to some of our more famous condiments like bagoong. Or maybe we'll probably have the Thai equivalent. Bagoong is like fermented fish paste. You've seen it on Fear Factor. You've seen some videos on YouTube showing how disgusting it is. It's not bad when you know what to do with it. You don't eat it raw. No. Actually, I used to eat it raw. But I'm used to it, because my favorite dish needs to have that in order for it to be awesome, which is this oxtail stew called kare-kare. Oxtail stew with crushed peanut sauce and vegetables up the wazoo to make this an awesome vegetable peanut stew dish. Oxtail and whatever you want to use. You want to use other pieces of meat of it or such. It's just not it's always meat, not fish. Anyway, but you need this sautéed shrimp paste, or bagoong, to make it work. You have to have it. Nothing else will do it. You can't use soy sauce, it won't work. You can't use fish sauce, it's not going to work either. The fried fish sauce, it has to be bagoong. It has to be fermented shrimp paste. And it's going to work. So yeah, I think what I miss most are the core ingredients of Filipino cuisine, which I don't know how to assemble without a Filipino community. And that's what I would really miss, the core ingredients. So, that's my response video to that thing. My 2 cents.